When last we left our heroes, they're all dead. The other one ran away.
Man, I'm glad he threw us those silver weapons.
We're walking into the Husky Sailor Inn.
Captain Stan, at your service.
If you hear of a Halsey, especially if you hear his location, I want you to get word to me in Arkham, and I will send another 100 gold your way.
Be at the docks on the third day by sunbreak. All of you notice that Jek begins to wiggle around a bit, and then he starts screaming out in pain.
It hurts. It hurts.
The three of you look down and see Jek as a full-fledged wererat.
Whoa.
This young boy's body lays unconscious on the ground in full wererat form, elongated nose, gray fur covering his body, long elongated claws, and it looks very akin to what you had just recently fought on the shores of the beach next to the lighthouse. Haunting, almost. Sarah looks down in shock as she sees young little Jek laying there, and she seems at a loss for words.
Can you describe a little bit about, like, what he specifically looks like? Like, he's kind of anthropomorphic rat sort of thing I picture in my head? Like,
Yes. Okay. If you can try to imagine it, imagine if you were to take... what's a good way to put this?
Is he like a young Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I would say take your image of what you have for like Splinter from the movies.
Yeah.
Make him a little bit taller, not as elongated, but change the hair and fur to gray and shorten it significantly.
Okay. Are you familiar with Vermintide, the Warhammer thing?
Good descriptor, though. I like that.
Vermintide.
Yeah, the Warhammer Vermintide rats.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking when you were saying it. Like, they're definitely gray and definitely more monstrous than Splinter.
I'm trying to look it up.
But more importantly, does his fancy lord clothing still fit him?
The clothing,
that's the important question.
The clothing still fits. Like nothing really breaks except for like you'd probably see like his boots looking a bit tight and uncomfortable. Oh God, yes, perfect.
I love it. I just looked it up. It looks great.
What's I guess does that also change his armor and health class or anything like that for the sort of species he is now?
There's some changes, but for most of it right now, it's mostly aesthetic. The game term changes wouldn't actually really be anything because he already has like one of the biggest things that it changes is your dexterity score, and his is already higher than what it would be. So you're set there.
So you're a true street rat.
Yes, now I am a literal street rat.
He starts singing like riff rat, street rat,
Street rat.
And they don't buy that.
and then someone's spraying me with some kind of rat repellent.
Yeah.
Get off our street.
Here, take these poisonous pellets and eat them.
Okay. Ooh, cheese flavored.
Yeah.
He also gains a natural attack for his bite.
Oh, you can
do I
bite.
get some like toxicity now?
You can definitely pass on this lycanthropy curse to others with your bite.
Anybody else want to be a rat with me?
I mean, I've already shapeshifted
Just
a lot.
me? Okay.
I already look like garbage.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Is that the only thing that like passes along with my attack, or is there any kind of poison or like disease?
No.
Okay.
No. Nothing like that. Literally, it's the thing that with the wererat is the character gains a dexterity of 15 if his or her score isn't already higher. Attack and damage rolls for the bite are based on whichever is higher of the character's strength or dexterity, which obviously yours is going to be dexterity.
Cool.
So yeah, you got a bite now. And that the bite, just so you are aware, if you are in fact in hybrid form for your rat, it's 1d4 plus your dexterity in piercing damage.
What's the hit on it?
It's still your proficiency bonus plus your dexterity.
Okay, so basically it does the exact same amount of damage as one of my daggers does.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Cool. I'm gonna be like stabbing and biting now.
Biting and stabbing.
Biting and stabbing.
Biting and stabbing.
Do you want to stay a rat? Because I do have a spell in which I can transform you back if you want.
I think narratively, yes, for now.
Okay, you let me know.
Because I don't think it would be that easy. Like it would seem like a cop out to like immediately be like, oh, and you're healed.
Oh, would it be like?
By the way,
question, and I think this is a good thing for Devan to answer. If Avadore were to use a spell like that, would it be more like a band-aid? Like the curse wouldn't be lifted, but like he would temporarily like.
Oh, most assuredly.
Well, it says here, let me read you what this says. This spell transforms a creature that you can see within a range into a new form. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom, so you gotta not want it, a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect. A shape changer automatically succeeds on this saving throw.
How long does it last, though? Because that seems like
this transformation lasts for the duration until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies.
Oh, so wow, that's an interesting spell because that's basically like a perma transformation.
It's called the polymorph.
It's polymorph.
Oh, shit.
I thought polymorph had like a timer on it.
No.
Like, no?
That's just in Warcraft.
Polymorph is, okay, you're now a cockroach.
Oh, can we please use that on the next person we fight?
So do you want me to shapeshift somebody?
Turn someone into
rat
something and
against
just
rat?
fucking step on him.
Turn into a cockroach and
here's
so you can smush him.
here's the thing. Since y'all are looking at him, if you would want, those of you in the room can roll an Arcana to try to garner a little bit more information about if you remember anything about lycanthropy or have heard anything.
I'm good. I don't care. I'm just like, that's interesting.
23.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. Avadore is quite adept at the knowledge of lycanthropy. If you were to cast polymorph on him, it would simply be a band-aid because within the next full moon, he will turn back. Now, he will turn back to human form once the full moon goes away and the sun rises.
Gotcha.
And with that high roll, you'd also know that he's pretty much afflicted with the curse. The only way to get rid of the curse, you suspect, is to kill the lycan who turned him.
So every full moon, he turns into a wererat.
Until the disease is lifted, which at this
isn't
point,
a disease, it's a curse.
Until the curse is lifted, which at this point would be when we killed the Rat King, yeah?
Wait, I think we killed...
when you killed the wererat.
Technically, I think we killed the one that we referred to as Rat King. I think this is a different one that got away.
Yeah, old Rat King is dead. However, new Rat King, the new usurped Rat King.
The new Rat
King who has usurped the Rat Throne. It's a different one who bit and turned you.
Okay, awesome. I like it.
But you would also know, Avadore, that the remove curse spell is an option. However, you are not quite powerful enough yet to cast such a spell.
So I'm Rat Boy for now.
Rat Boy, you are Lord.
Lord
the
Rat Boy.
Prince.
Lord Rat Boy.
The Rat Prince.
Ooh, and actually, now that I look at it, your druid spells do not have remove curse as an option. So
nice. That seems like more of a warlock thing.
It's probably a cleric.
Cleric, okay.
It's probably a cleric spell.
I'm still thinking World of Warcraft.
Stop thinking of WoW.
Well, Classic WoW just came out, and I've been hearing so much about it.
I know. I want to play it too.
I'm so tempted. Well, here's the thing to steer you away, though. The wait times to get in are 2 hours right now.
I've heard that, yeah. It's absurd. But there's like 3 million people watching.
Yeah, I was chilling with people in Overwatch, and they're just like, we're all here right now because the WoW servers are 2 hours.
It's insane. Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking down at our Rat Prince, Jek the Rat Prince.
Can I be passed out for most of this episode so I can go like take a nap and then come back?
No.
Okay.
Stop it.
Fine.
Stop it.
I don't think our Prince clothes thing's gonna work anymore. We might have to come up with a new strategy.
Sarah finally breaks her locked eyes down at him and looks at you. It's like, is he going to stay like this?
Do we need to feed him cheese or trash or something? Does he have the plague? Should we leave him alone? I don't know what to do right now.
Sarah gives you a smack on the arm. It's like, we're not leaving him.
Ah, bitch. Well, this isn't. Do we wake him up? What do we do when he wakes up? Like, is he?
She leans down and kneels next to him and tries to shake him awake. She's, Jek, wake up, sweet boy, please wake up. But he's unconscious AF right now. She affixes her gaze, swiftly turning over to Avadore and asks, do you know anything of this?
It seems as though he is cursed.
And she lays her head down onto Jek. And just, damn it. Will he turn back?
Well, if memory serves me correctly, it is the full moon. He'll turn back in a couple nights.
Very well. For now, we keep him in here. We keep him safe. Understood?
So we have to keep him hidden for 3 days, and then how do we get him on the ship? I mean, granted, Avadore and I both look creepy anyway, so I guess it's not too out of the ordinary, but, the captain and his crew might be a little taken aback when all of a sudden we have a wererat child hanging out with us.
He'll turn back when the sun rises, but for the next 3 nights, every single night, he will turn into a wererat.
Got it. So he's a wererat at night only. Okay.
When the full moon rises.
I like it.
I like that as a title for something. A wererat by night.
New band name.
Yeah, new band name. Wererat by night.
Wererat by night.
New porn name.
What? What kind of porn are you watching? Oh, dude, wererat just sounds cool as a band name.
Yeah,
it's like, I drum for wererat.
Yeah, I want to play the
Holy
bass.
Shit. All right, deal.
And every time the guitarist plays a solo, I'm gonna take center stage and make people think it's me, even though I'm playing the bass.
We can only play on full moons.
Got it.
That's the
What if the band is just a bunch of bass guitars and one drummer?
Man,
it's just
a shitload of basses.
That'd be
Nice.
great.
No, I dig it.
That sounds the most
I dig it. I'm
metal
here
thing
for
ever.
it.
And the drummer only uses the bass drum, just like the foot pedal on the bass drum.
A series of different size bass drums.
He said,
Right.
fuck cymbals.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
we just have to keep him in here overnight. I think we could probably pull that off, especially if he doesn't wake up. I'm like poking at him with my toe just to see.
Sarah gives you another smack on the arm.
God,
Sheppard, stop. It's still Jek.
bitch.
Besides, we only need him during the day. He'll be fine.
All right.
You only need me during the day? That sounds very productive of my usefulness.
Sarah kneels down and lifts Jek and takes him over to a cot, lays him down, and then pulls her cot close to his as well, laying down a cup of water next to his cot before she herself lays down.
Look, stick his hand in it. Stick his hand in it. He's gonna pee himself. It's gonna be good.
If he does, it will be your turn to clean up after him.
No.
Ew.
Rat piss.
Ew. Ew.
So who's
right.
gonna be the first to tell him when he wakes up?
Will I know? That's a good question. Will I know? Will I feel differently?
Guess we'll find out.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Okay. Oh, rat boy.
Oh, right.
Oh, rat boy. Okay.
Oh, rats.
That's gonna be my catchphrase.
I say
from now on.
if that starts, I will quit this game right now. I will burn my books. I will burn the table. We'll walk away from here.
It just
From
keeps,
now on, when I roll ones, it's like, oh, rats.
it keeps making
Damn
me
it.
think of that skit from Tim and Eric a long time ago with that whole rats
Oh
off to you.
God. Yeah.
Rats off to you. Instead of hat. I love it.
I hate it. Okay. The rest of the night passes uneventfully. The rest of you go to sleep. Sheppard, you go into your trance. The night indeed passes. The sun rises. Avadore and Sheppard, you would see Sarah essentially sitting on her cot at the edge, looking over Jek. kind of just observing his body very, very closely. As the sunlight begins to peek over the horizon, you do see his body slowly begin to change. The hair recedes back into his body. His elongated snout retracts back, and slowly you begin to see the features of the old Jek begin to take form. Very, very lightly, you hear the muscles and the bones sort of resetting themselves as they change back into human form.
Did my clothes hulk off, or are they still there?
They're still there.
Okay.
No, you're still there. Yeah, you didn't turn into a boar. You turned into a rat. So just a longer, lankier version of Jek.
Okay, so I'm like a baby rat. Like
Yeah.
I'm a okay.
What is a baby rat? A ratling?
Yeah, I guess a ratling.
A rattling?
Ugh, that sounds grosser than a rat.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm human again now. Am I awake?
You all see Jek's eyes begin to flutter, and he slowly begins to awaken.
Hey, Jek.
Jek, you wake up with no memory whatsoever. The last thing you do recall is being in this commons room to prepare for bed, and everyone was simply just talking and discussing the recent events, but everything past that, it's a blur.
So I don't even remember the battle we had.
You remember the battle.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
you remember the battle, but it's when you're in this, because you're in the inn right now.
Yeah.
You remember sitting around and talking with everyone, but nothing else.
Wow. Okay.
How'd you sleep, Jek? Do you feel rested up?
What's going on? Where am I?
It's okay. Sarah puts a hand on your shoulder and helps you sit up. How do you feel?
Okay, I guess. Everybody looks concerned, though. What happened?
It's okay. Something happened last night.
Your parents were in a car wreck. I'm sorry.
There's been an accident. You're going to live with your aunt. No.
Anybody but her.
I shouldn't have laughed, but that's funny. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. She takes both of your hands in hers and she says, Jek, you've been afflicted with the lycanthropy curse. Last night you turned into a wererat.
Like the ones we were fighting against?
Exactly. It's okay. We think we have an answer, but just so you know, for the next few nights, while there is a full moon, you will turn back into that. We don't know what will happen, but we will be here to look after you. You will be okay.
Is everybody going to have to like tie me up or something? Or am I feral? Oh, we don't know. We just don't know. Okay.
Don't know.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
And we won't let you. It will be okay.
You'll be fine, kid. It seems the wererats we fought, I mean, they seem to be of their own minds and of their own actions. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
But I'm wondering if they're just under the control of this rat king or whoever's in charge. I wonder if they're just thralls to this rat king.
Good term. Sarah shakes her head. She says, I'm unaware. Avadore had some knowledge, but we'll find out more.
Just cuff me now. Just tie me up.
It's okay. It's okay. We know that during the day you're going to be you. You will be Jek. She puts a hand on your face to comfort you. She affixes your eyes to hers, and she says, everything will be fine.
I picture myself, if it were me personally and I was having this problem, I know that I would like if I'm laying in bed right now, I would put my legs up with my knees kind of in front of me, with my arms around my knees, and just kind of like not rocking back and forth, but just really like head down. I'm listening to everybody, but I'm so caught up in
very
my thoughts.
distraught.
You're gonna be fine, kid. Sarah, Avadore, could you just let me and Jek have the room for a moment? Do you mind?
No.
Avadore begins to step out. Sarah gives you a bit of a squinted eye look before she stands.
I'm not gonna kill him.
And she begins to step. She doesn't say anything, but she gives you a look. And she walks out of the room and closes the door.
All right. Listen, Jek. You're going to be all right. And I know that from personal experience. I know a little bit about what it's like to feel like a stranger in a body that isn't quite yours. You know, I was human once. A knight, actually, if you can believe it. I fought the Dark Elf. Gave him the scars you see on my face. And he used some kind of magic against me, ripped our souls apart. And I woke up in this body. A stranger.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got my head like on my knees right now. I'm like, I was listening to you, my head was still down, but then that got my attention. And so now I'm looking up at you inquisitively.
I had a family, a wife, a daughter. They fled with him thinking he was me. You know, the cruelest part of it all is I do find myself becoming him more and more. Sometimes I think his thoughts, his muscle memory moves my bodies in ways that are foreign to me, and there are times I feel I remember less of my humanity. I can't remember their names. My family, I mean, or their faces. Can't even remember my own. That's why I drink. It slows the process a bit. And I would rather drink myself into oblivion before I forget my family. You know, there's somewhere out there with him. Well, with me. I have no idea the danger they're in. And maybe I deserve it. I did some horrible things, Jek, to maintain my status as a knight, to keep my family safe. Maybe I brought it upon myself, but I'm going to find them and reverse this curse put upon me. And we'll do the same for you. We will reverse it, we'll find a way, and then we'll get our revenge. Both of us. And until then, even though you're under the thrall of whatever curse this is, you'll find a way to manage it, just like I manage mine. Preferably not through drinking, as I do. Just because I do know it's not always the best idea and does get us into a little bit of trouble, but there are ways to manage it. And you'll find your way just like I've found mine.
Why haven't you told anyone?
I have a bit of a reputation to keep up, you know? It's kind of my thing. But, don't tell the others, alright? This is just between you and me.
Sure. What keeps you going?
My family. I know they're out there. Eventually I will find them. I get clues every once in a while. I get names. Right now, the closest thing I have is a name of a knight named Halsey. And I, may have paid our, Captain Stein a little bit of extra money in case he happens to hear word of this man. But just as a warning, if I do find him, I will do whatever it takes to kill that man, whoever he is, that took my life. Whether it's Halsey or somebody else.
I don't I don't really have family of my own to keep me going, but you guys are probably the closest thing that I could call a family right now. Is it okay if I use you for encouragement?
At you saying that to him, you hear a faint laughter in your memories, and all you can hear is her laughter in a tiny voice that seems to say, "Faster, Daddy, faster. Let's run up the hill again."
I'm glad you did that part after the faster daddy thing.
So,
You sick fucks.
I was with you, Devan.
Sheppard obviously is like, he hides a lot of what's going on, but I mean, he does have a soft spot for people, whether he shows it or not. And especially with Jek being a child of similar age to what his daughter would be now. So, yeah. Jek, you do what you have to do. We, at least I can say for myself, will look out for you. I'll have your back.
Thank you. Man, I had to reword what I was going to say to you a minute ago because I was going to cry if I had kept going with it. So I had to cut it short because I have family issues. And so I was like, oh God, I'm thinking about it.
All right. You hear a knock at the door. Sarah pokes her head in.
Yes, and that's, I'll get you a beer, Jek. That's what we were talking about. I'll get you an ale later and we'll just drink it off. Yeah, we'll do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just got a notice letter from the captain. He wishes to see us.
Oh. Okay, I didn't think we'd hear from him for 3 days, but yeah, we can go do that, I guess.
Can I walk okay and everything? Like, I'm good?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Like, your body feels sore. Like, you definitely do feel like your body's been put through the ringer a bit, but for the most part, you're feeling okay.
Okay.
Jek, wear your best Lord clothing.
Why? No, that's always your idea.
Sorry. Immediately back into the teenager. Why?
Your Sunday's best.
I don't wanna.
We must keep up appearance.
But they chafe.
That
They're so
captain.
uncomfortable.
They're so uncomfortable. You all make your way out of the inn and back towards the wharf, where the captain had told you where his ship is currently docked. And you don't see him, but you do see his first mate who was by him at his table when y'all first met him.
Hello, friend. We were summoned here by your captain, I guess? I don't see him. What's going on?
Oh, you need to speak with the captain. Aye. Bit of change in schedule.
Okay.
We're moving we'll break an anchor tonight.
Oh.
Shipment's been moved up.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for such an emergency?
Have to talk to the captain. He's inside his quarters, up on the ship. Go on.
All right. Thanks, I guess. We'll walk up onto the ship, I suppose.
You're passing a bunch of the ship's crew members as they're loading up things, and you see them carrying various sacks of grain. You see them carrying a couple of them wheeling up barrels, and the crew is currently prepping the ship. Like, you see everybody, they're getting everything ready to set sail right now. So they are in full work mode to prepare sails and get the ship ready to break anchor.
Are any of the barrels they're bringing up ale?
Oh yeah. Oh, most certainly.
Oh, thank the gods.
Most certainly. It's mostly crew banter that you hear as you're walking up. You know, hoist it up. Use bowline knots over there on that end of the sail. You know, various crew shoutings. But you make your way across the deck, and you do find that the captain's quarters door is already open.
I walk in.
As soon as you walk in, you see the captain sitting behind his desk and speaking with a what looks to be a very nicely dressed lord sitting across the table from him.
Uh-oh, another lord. Jek, look as lordly as you can. We've got competition. Straighten up.
Captain Stein, you called for us.
Ah, yes, of course. I believe he affixes his gaze to the lord across the table from him. I believe our business here is concluded. And the man says, "We pay hefty coin. We expect this job to be done." Of course. Worry not, friend, worry not. Now, please, I have other matters to attend to.
Can I want to just use a perception check with that other lord. Just see if there's anything I might notice on him to kind of understand
By all means.
who he is or something. Okay. Fudge.
I'm gonna guess that you rolled a single digit.
Yeah.
Was it a single digit, Chris?
9. It wasn't a 1 at least, but it's a 9.
Oh, nah.
Can I roll a perception?
By all means.
7.
Let me try.
We suck.
16.
Little Jek, you have seen these specific lordly robes before. They are very vibrantly colored with drapings over the shoulder that meet towards a knot in the middle that's held together with a golden ring.
I recall them from when Avadore was having me go through a montage of trying on different outfits.
Montage.
Good callback.
Uptown girl.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
the robes are that of a lord from Pondalus.
I whisper to everybody, these guy's from, these are robes from Pondalus. Pondalus, that's what it was?
Pondalus.
Pondalus.
I kind of figured only someone from Pondalus would wear garb that bright and ludicrous.
He stands and adjusts his robes to look more regal, and he tucks his arms into his sleeves, and he bows his head towards the captain, and he begins to make his way out. He gives you not necessarily like a nasty look, but he definitely does look down his nose at the lot of you.
Smug.
Oh, yeah, it's so smug up in this bitch.
I'm standing up like I'm royalty, but I'm still in my street garbs. I'm still like trashy.
Look at him like a goddamn peacock.
But he passes you, and the captain says, please, come in.
We're already inside, sir. But yeah, thanks.
We hear there are changes to a schedule.
He says, yes, I dare say I might have to be giving this back. And he holds a pouch of coins in his hand, but he stands from his desk and he walks over to his another smaller desk that is filled with maps and mapping tools. But he sets the coin purse down and begins to lift one of the rolling drawers where you see a decanter and some glasses, and he begins to pour himself some wine.
Excuse me, but we did develop business with you first.
Yes, of course. My apologies. I may have to give this back, but it appears I've been I have been requested by the lords of Pondalus to deliver a very important shipment of materials back to their shorelands. Now, this will move my breaking of berth from 3 days till today, this evening, in fact. We will be passing through the swamps of Stormbar, but I'm afraid I have to leave tonight. If you still wish to come with us, then I will accept, and I will give half your payment back as a means to show you of my apologies for the inconvenience.
Yes, we'll stay en route with you. I mean, you don't necessarily need to give the gold back. I mean, you Or keeping to your word.
Excuse me. May we have a word for one moment, please? Let's discuss this new transaction as the contract has changed.
Jack will just steal it
And
back later.
I would like to speak with our lord.
Of course. And he takes a couple of envelopes. He says, I'll simply read through some notes. Please, take your time.
A few questions first before we gather ourselves together. Would we be able to have our own separate quarters or separate... Is the other lord coming as well?
No. Lord Wilwith will not be joining us.
I do have a question for you, Captain Stein.
Yes, of course.
Do you have any advice for dry, red eyes?
Clear eyes is awesome. No, sorry.
couldn't help it.
Sorry.
So I've heard.
I couldn't help it. I do have an actual question. I mean, forgive me if it is not my place, but if we're going to be on the same ship and heading to a different destination other than what we originally agreed upon, I'm just wondering if you could let us know exactly what you're carrying on the ship that has diverted our course.
To be completely transparent and frank with you, some of these shipments I'm not privy to knowing what's inside. This is not the first time I've transported merely large amounts of crates, barrels, things of the like for Pondulus. I merely didn't ask. Most of the time it's mining tools for their gold mines in Mascus. But I did not think to ask this time. I simply assumed it would be mining supplies as per usual.
Can I do another perception check here just to see if he's, like, try to tell if he's telling the truth or if he's lying a little bit?
In that case,
Or would that be like insight or?
that's going to be insight.
Okay.
You probably have pretty good.
I'm not very good at insight. Is anyone else really good at insight?
Let me see.
Go ahead and try to roll it, though.
Okay. That's
You
a
already
3.
said
Insight's
you
a
were.
+2.
3, yes.
Mine's 15.
Ooh.
13.
Avadore and Sheppard, you guys kind of think, I mean, seems like he's telling it. Jek, you're the only one who would feel like he's telling the truth, just not all of it.
I'll just nudge them. Like, my character's not one to really speak up, but I will pass along this knowledge. Like, I'll bring Sheppard down. Like, I'll kind of pull down his tug on his shirt so he comes down to me.
I'm leaning down.
I don't think he's telling the truth. I think he's telling the truth, but he's not giving us all the information. So I don't know if you want to try to get that out of him or what.
Yes. Thank you, young prince, lord, that thing. Captain Stein, as an advisor to our young lord of Arkham, I think it would help relations between, yourself and the town of Arkham. Maybe we could even find some work for you there, or put in a good word. If you could let us know what else, is there anything else you could tell us about this particular job? I do think it would improve relations between the two cities and Arkham and yourself.
Would that be a persuasion?
It would be.
Okay, shit. All right.
Give it a shot.
Oh, actually 17.
I did not ask what the shipment was. Most of the time it is mining supplies or the individuals who will be in servitude of those in Mascus. But this is the first time I've had a shipment that needed to be sent post-haste. I'm not sure what the issue is. Perhaps there is a shortage of supplies, or perhaps there was a cave-in in one of the mines, and maybe they just needed emergency backup of mining tools, but it was out of the ordinary to have him ask me to leave at such short notice.
Understood. Thank you for your honesty.
I have a couple of questions. How many nights or days will it take to reach the swamps of Stambo?
The swamps will not be difficult to get to. Should we be able to navigate through the Grave of Anchors easily, which we have done before, we could be there within 5 days' time.
5 days' time.
To be honest, Avadore, if we leave the ship in Pondalis rather than Stambo, that puts us closer to where we wanted to be. I think we should see this trip all the way through. And Pondalis is close to Rysandea Thea. Maybe there's more answers we can seek there in your homeland.
Agree. I'm just trying to figure out what all we need to do to keep our new creature of the night.
Very vague.
Captain, where are our quarters? I mean, we do need some quarters for our young lord to make sure that we can keep him safe, as he is a priority.
Yes, of course. I was not able to secure each of you your own separate rooms. However, I am able to clear out one of my storage holds, and I have had feather beds put in for all 4 of you.
All right, I am a snorer, though, but that's fine.
So half of our coin will take us to the swamps of Stambo, is that correct?
That is correct.
Well, if you were to keep our entire payment, will you be able to take us to Pondalis as well?
Oh. Well, that's, that would be a bit more in coin if I were to be
you
frank.
Have changed the schedule and a prior agreement.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Here we go. No.
Okay.
That was not good.
In that case, Captain Stein, if this shipment is important enough to change your own schedule, and you're delivering it to Pondalis, the richest area in the land, you're gonna want all the protection and help you can have to make sure it gets there safely. You can see we're all pretty well equipped, and we have seen several battles. And I myself am I look up a little bit, a warrior of some renown. I would offer my services to you and your crew if you can get us to Pondalis. If we could stay with you until that point.
Roll a persuasion.
19.
He thinks for a moment, fidgeting with the notes that he has in his hand. Very well. I shall agree to keep the payment. In exchange, I will take you all the way to Pondalis with us.
I forgot that I had really good persuasion, so I could have jumped in there. But my tactic would have been whining as a prince would. So if you had failed, I would have jumped in.
I want to go to
Pondalis!
I demand my own quarters and I demand you take us to Pondalis.
I want you to change my chamber pot! Shave my rat skin!
Yeah. Our lord is very lordly.
Clean my underwear.
All right. So he does agree and says, very well. New bargain struck then. We shall leave tonight. When you hear 6 bells, please be ready to make way off the shore.
With your permission, may we be able to enter the quarters before dark, before the moon rises?
Oh, of course. I hope to set sail before even the sun sets.
Perfect.
Agreed then.
I attempt a really complicated handshake with Captain Stein, like all kinds of gestures and motions involved. Should I roll for a handshake?
Yeah, let's just do that real quick. Let's do a quick do it as a just straight charisma roll.
Okay. Oh God. Hang on. Let me.
How charming are you?
Well, that's a 10. So I mean.
Great. He rolled poorly as well. So
Good.
the two of you, he's trying to follow your cadence, but you're not exactly sure what your cadence is. It's like it starts as kind of as a handshake, but it starts with the hands, but then it goes to like forearms kind of holding, and then like you almost try to hug, and you almost try to like let go of your forearms and do like a full round the body hug, but then like he pulls away, so you end up just holding each other's shoulders like you're in a middle school dance, and then you just end up slapping each other on the shoulders like, all right.
I love it. And then as we leave, I do finger guns and wink at him at the end. And
got it. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
He holds his hand up telling you to stop, and you take it as a high five. And
Yes.
Well, gentlemen, it seems as though we should...
That's our key to exit.
Yeah. We should get our belongings, as we will be boarding soon.
Okay.
As you all make your way off the boat, heading on the plank walk down the ramp to the wharf, Sarah whispers towards all of you, "Something about this doesn't seem right. I don't trust it."
I do not disagree with you. It is already a little sketchy. However,
It's suspicious, to say the least.
However, Sheppard is correct in saying that this will get us closer to our destination.
What do you think could go wrong, Sarah?
I don't know. The lords of Pondalus are suspicious by nature. That much coin in one lord's hand allows him to think that he has dominion over all around him. Thinks he can just buy his way. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
Can I roll like a history check for Pondalus?
Mm-hmm. You may.
In the meantime, Sarah, here's the thing that you don't know about sketchy people. Since you spent your time in the ecclesia, you can always trust a sketchy person to remain sketchy. So as long as that's our expectation, they will. Their behavior will be exactly what we expect.
She gives you a leer, but says, "Yes, I do believe I can trust you always to be distrustful."
Exactly my point.
I rolled a 19.
19. So Pondalus is pretty damn big. It's about 415,000 in its population. The current Jarl, Lord Paramount and Jarl Regent, is Garen Halmuth.
What is its history with magic and other creatures that are non-human?
So they're pretty... they don't really have a history of any sort of magic at all. Their history is derived from the fact that they have a shitload of gold, and they are the sole owners and operators of the Mascus mines, which is the entire country's source of gold. So Pondalus is very, very wealthy. In fact, so much so that they have their own terms for their soldiers, who are sometimes paid better than the lords. And they're called the Gold Spears.
Guys, hear me out just a second, because I have an idea. Imagine we get to Pondalus. If we see this shipment through, and in fact, if something bad were to happen on the way and we help keep the secret or the shipment safe, imagine the reward we might get once we reach Pondalus. We want to be in good favor with these people. If not, we can rob the crap out of all of them. Jek, think how much gold you could steal. It will be great. We're going to have a good time, everyone. Best vacation ever.
But yeah, just to kind of finish that up, like the Gold Spears are notorious for being incredible fighters.
This might go bad. I just
Yeah.
want to throw that out there. This might go bad.
We've all seen Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Think of Prince Oberyn.
That's before you even said it. That's exactly what I imagined. Honestly.
Yeah.
God, he's fucking hot. I'm so glad he's the Mandalorian. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know.
Now, are these gold spears going to be protecting this the carriage that's going to Pondalus, or we do not meet them until we're in Pondalus? Do they ever leave Pondalus?
The Gold Spears typically don't leave Pondalus. They typically stay there protecting the city.
Fangor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There were a very few, and they typically go in small battalions will leave together to protect High Lords or the Jarl, but they very seldomly will they adventure outward.
It sounds that Sheppard. It sounds like your plan to heist this carriage might be in effect, actually.
And sorry, one more little tidbit that I forgot to mention to you. The Gold Spears, if any of them is ever dishonored and has to leave the royal army for any reason of like being dishonored in some way, they will have their gold spear taken from them, and they will forever be known as a copper bit.
So that sticks with them. Is that like a family thing that like passes down to like you are the son of a copperbit? So
correct. Yeah, it's a very offensive. That's like a very offensive term to gold spears, just referring to them as copperbits.
So it's like the mudblood of this universe, basically.
In a way, yeah.
It's very insulting.
Yeah, a lot of regions of Jarlheim have terms for their dishonored types.
My curiosity is piqued as to what they're transporting. I wonder, possibly, once we board the ship, we might want to pay attention to the placement of the crew and who's doing what, and see if we could maybe sneak down and see what they're hauling. Maybe we can see if it's worth stealing.
Are these things locked at all, or are they just like closed down, or the like whatever's being shipped, is it locked, or is it something I can just go open and look at?
Y'all haven't gone to look.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Y'all have only seen the top deck and the captain's quarters. You haven't really seen any of the cargo holds.
We've only seen the deck and the cockpit.
I feel like you misunderstood.
Shall we go to market and get ourselves gathered for feasts? Should our new pet rat be hungry later tonight?
Oh, come on.
Should we get a few mouse traps just in case? If he gets away from us, we're going to want to line the door with mouse traps to make sure he doesn't escape.
I can still hear you. I'm still here.
We're just protecting you. We're protecting you.
Protect with your mouse traps. Gotcha.
Yes, I really don't care that you can hear me. I mean, I'm saying this out loud on purpose.
We're not trying to whisper.
All right. So at this point, you guys have gone back, gathered your things. Is there anything else you would like to do in Port Whitley before you board the ship?
I'm going to stop back really quick into the Pirate's Eye Tavern really fast. Mm-hmm. The one where everybody really loved me because I just need to feel some love. I walk in with my drinking horn and I just ask if I can get a roadie from the bartender.
You'll get yourself a roadie from the tavern.
Yeah. That's what I want. And that's all I want to do. That's it. I'm filling up my drinking horn. How many ounces is the drinking horn? Can someone just tell me?
I want to say that most of them are like between 24 and 32.
Oh, sweet. Okay, 32 would be great. I would love that. All right. Let's go for 32.
Honestly, just depends on how big your horn is.
Well, I stole it from somebody in one of those other cities. How big would they have how big would their horn be? Wink. I stole it from someone
how
in
big
Lay,
is your horn?
I believe.
How big's your horn,
It was either
bro?
Lay or Thrice Point. One of those two I stole. I think it was Lay I stole the horn. How much do they drink in Lay?
Fuckloads.
Okay.
All right. Anybody? No one else doing anything else before you depart?
I don't think so. I think we're as good as can be right now.
I do pee somewhat in public for a little bit.
Perfect.
And that's the only other thing I did.
Yeah, I just grab all the materials I need for my spells for this round. Like hollyberry, nutshells.
Hollyberry.
Shit like that. Oh, yeah. What's it called?
You find Halleberry and
Not Halleberry. Holly.
Hollyberry.
Holly.
you were an okay
Caterpillar
storm, but not
cocoon.
the best storm.
Yeah.
But a terrible Catwoman. I'm sorry.
Hey.
You were the worst
terrible
Catwoman. I'm
Catwoman.
sorry, Hallie, but no.
Ugh.
All right. I am prepared and ready to board the ship. Ready for my cruise.
I'm just hanging out, thinking about turning into a rat tonight, and kind of hoping everybody hurries up.
All right.
I'm ready.
The four of you meet up again.
Oh, hello.
And as you're standing on the wharf looking up at the ship again, Sarah says, well, this is it. We're going to be leaving the west side of the Jaws. I think this will be the farthest I've ever been away from the capital.
It's all right, Sarah. I mean, you know, grass is greener on the other side at all times. You know, right now, the other side is better. And when we get there, the old side will be better. It's always going to be that way. It's totally fine. You'll get used to it.
I can speak from experience that since we are going towards my homeland, you will be in great care.
I can't guarantee that,
Avadore.
but yes.
You all get onto the ship, and you see the first mate there. He's got his sailing shirt on, and he's blowing his whistle and calling out orders. And again, there's a lot of final prep being done, a lot of work being done on the sails at this time by the crew. He sees you all walking onto the ship, and he says, all right, your quarters all ready? Head down the ship's ladder there. Second door to the right.
Thank you for your hospitality, sir. All right, I start heading that way.
As you start to make your way down the ship ladder, and he says, and don't go anywhere else.
I immediately want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, perfect. We just changed direction right off the bat.
Is there anyone else down there, like, or any guards or anything?
There's crews still walking around down there. You see some lanterns on hooks and everything.
Yeah.
Because it's dark as shit down there.
No windows, I imagine.
There are no windows.
Yeah.
About what time is it?
Yeah, not a whole lot of rooms with a view.
Well, it's before dark.
before
It's
dark.
before the sun.
Yeah, it's almost time for sup.
I am not ratkin yet.
No.
Would I be able to, since darkness is kind of natural down there, would I be able to stealth around to find the wherever the storage unit is, just to take a peek and see what is being shipped?
So you want to roll a perception? Or what were you wanting to do?
Stealth.
Stealth.
Question. Would his dark vision improve when he's in his rat form?
But we're trying to keep him behind closed doors, ideally.
Yeah, but if we can get more of an advantage when he's in rat form.
Yeah, but I also have night vision and stuff.
How's your
That's true.
stealth?
I do too. It's just
You
fun.
could turn into a rat, actually. You could literally turn into a rat.
Yeah, I can change forms if I wanted to. My stealth is at 0.
Oh, perfect.
But
Perfect.
I can still see things and use my perception
Well,
check.
mine is a +7, so it's hard for me to fail a stealth.
While you are in rat form, you do have dark vision of 60 feet.
Nice, dude. Not as good as me,
Cool.
but nice.
Yeah.
But is that something I would wait on? Because at this point, I don't know if I'm going to even be of my own mind when I turn.
No, That's
right,
fine. I
exactly.
was
Which is
just
something that we're
curious.
going to have to figure out. But my investigation, perception, and insight is very high.
My dark vision's 120 feet,
Damn,
just
bro.
as an FYI. Oh, dude, I live in the dark, man. I'm straight up.
Way
I almost said
to
something that
rub
was
it
going to sound
in.
wrong. I'm going to stop.
I live in the dark.
I was born in the dark. Molded by it. I didn't see light until I was a man.
I love that our minds went to the exact same place. Thank you for that, Devan.
Oh, yeah, no. You're welcome.
It's sad how often I quote that, too.
I know.
I've never seen that movie, and I never plan to.
Why
It's
not?
fine.
It's
It's
not-
fine if you don't.
You should see it. It's good to
so
see it once. It's
fun.
fun. It is fun to end that trilogy.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I do like to turn the lights off on Rochelle, though, when she's like in the living room and we're about to go upstairs to go to bed. I'll turn all the lights off and then be like, I was born in the dark.
I'm sure she loves that
No,
every time.
she's not very happy about it. Who would have thought? So are you going to sneak about? Like, what's going on?
I'm not sure. Devin's looking something up, I
Okay.
think.
Sorry, I was looking up. Okay. So y'all want to get settled and then you want to stuff, or you just want to just get right to it?
Well, I mean, like, put whatever we need to in our room, and I'll let everybody in on my plan. As long as there's
Yeah.
no objections, I think I can do
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Sarah objects.
Of course.
Sarah is going
Okay,
to...
hold on then.
What
Maybe
a
I don't let
party
anybody on my
pooper.
plan. I just do it. Like, I put my stuff down and just walk away. I wander off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone starts settling into the cabin. There's a couple of candles in there that are lit to kind of help illuminate the room. But Jek, you throw down your knapsack and immediately step back outside of the room into the hallway. Just as you do, a crewman walks by you and heads up the ship ladder out of sight, and you're down in the ship's bowels by yourself.
Bowels.
Is Jek still in his Lord attire?
I would have to be, right? Because
Yeah.
I have to fake it.
You just
Okay,
pretend like you're supposed to be there.
Well, I mean, I've got a plan, even if I fail this, because it's like, I'm just a young lord. I'm lost. It's so like.
Is it
anyway,
going to be
I'll
another...
tackle that if I have to?
Is it going to be another have you seen my mom moment? Because
Maybe have you seen my
that's
Guardians?
my favorite part of this whole show so far.
Yeah.
That was my favorite moment.
Do you know where my mom is?
mom?
All right. So, do I know generally where the storage quarters would be? I mean, how big is this ship?
It's a pretty big galleon.
Massive? Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty big galleon.
I don't really have a seeking out plan. Rather than go door by door,
Just,
maybe this is a bad idea.
Maybe just watch. How
about-
I imagine they would have some sort of patrol kind of guarding that stuff. Maybe just watch and see if you see
Well, yeah,
someone.
I mean, there's knights. There's knights
Yeah.
standing in front of the door, right? Like in that whatever it is that it's being protected. Is that what it was? No, is that not what
No,
we
it's
saw?
it's unguarded, right? It's
Oh,
just like crew
unguarded.
people
Yep.
walking around. Man, I don't want to. Like, how many doors are there? Can I at least say that?
In this hallway, you see 3 on each side of the hallway, so 6 total. You're in the middle one on the right. And then at the very end of the hallway is another ship's ladder heading down.
Oh, it's probably down. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go down and see what's down there at least.
Okay,
So,
roll me a stealth.
17.
You start making your way to the ship's ladder and descending down. You do see that there are 2 crew members down there. The only way that you see that is because they have lanterns. Now, they're not looking at you. Currently, you are in the very large storage hold. You see that there is a lot of large crates, barrels that have been tied together, lots of miscellaneous supplies down here. So you kind of think lots of little areas for you to hide behind. You duck behind one of the crates and you kind of hear them talking as they are closing up the ship lap up at the top where they lower all the stuff in. They're securing that right now, and one of them is securing a series of boxes to a pallet.
Did we see those boxes that they were carrying the things in, or no?
No.
We're not sure, but we can assume that whatever's coming on now is part of that. Perhaps.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. How long would I need to wait for for that to lower? Like, is that a long process?
They're just kind of miscellaneously talking while they're securing it. They seem to be almost done. If you'd like, you can roll a perception to take a look at what they're doing and kind of hear what they're talking about.
Yeah, let's see if I can overhear them.
Cool.
15.
Yeah, you can hear them. There's a skinnier one standing on the barrels up at the top, securing the ship laps closed, and he appears to be walking. Oh, by nine hells! Why are we heading out tonight? I was hoping to go visit one of those, special inns before we left. There's a more larger, rotund one down below who's tying up the barrels to the pallet. Oh yeah, like you have coin enough to go visit one of those places. You lecherous. You're a disgrace, I swear. Besides, Captain's paying us bonus if we leave out tonight. It's why we've been working since bloody lunch. Just be happy to get to Ponderless. Little guy up top. Well, what is it we're taking up to them anyways? Gods if I know. Supposed to be some sort of supplies, some sort of special something or other, probably a letter. I don't know. Captain keeps the most important one hidden with him. Course he does. We'll just be down here with salt fish all day. Well, at least we got fresh barrels of wine. We can get pissed tonight. They both kind of laugh, and he goes, you got that right, friend. They finish up and they start walking with their lanterns. Go ahead and roll me a stealth.
21.
Okay. They walk right past you. Don't even notice you. They have ascended upwards. You are now in a dark storage room.
Great. With no dark vision.
None.
But I know where the ladder is still, and I think I've probably heard enough that I'm not going to find anything of great value down here that would be with the captain, and so I can just take that as what I gathered from this little adventure.
While he was down there, can I roll a perception check to see and sense if there were any animals on board, if somebody has a parrot or a bloodhound, or what sort of ship? Do they have any animals and creatures with them?
There's roaches, Shaddai. Roaches.
Yeah, are we going to have
mini roach? No.
Little rats or something?
Well, aside from me.
There was no designated pets that you saw. You would probably guess, just because you're probably the most well-traveled of the group, there's probably rats on board, just because that's what a ship has, is rats that hang out. But that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Were you going to see what you could transform into?
Yes, okay. I wanted to
Wind in the sails! Wind in the sails!
Exactly.
All right, so I'll just go back up. I mean, I'll stealth if I need to, but nobody's down here really anymore. And I'll just head back to the quarters and kind of share the information with everybody, at least what I know of it.
Roll me your stealth check to get out of here.
23.
Ah, very good. Yes, you deftly navigate the dark and make your way back to the ship's ladder and begin to ascend.
What time is it now?
Not a whole lot of time has passed by, but Jek, you head out from that area, and as you're walking towards your room, one of the doors open, and you bump into the captain.
Oh, shit.
Says, Oh, pardons, my little lord. Did you find your room?
Yes, sir, I did. Where are the latrines? Are they latrines in here? I don't know what they're called.
Love it.
And he kind of smirks a bit. Oh, little lord. Yes, there are some chamber pots, and we have some designated areas for you to make your water should you need to.
I like that.
Make water.
Make my water. Yeah, could you please point me in the direction where I can make my water?
Turns and points to the first door on the left of the corridor. Says, that will be the privy room.
Thank you, kind sir.
He says, now don't go expecting my crew to empty your chamber pots. That's on you.
Oh, I have servants who will do that for me. Thank you. And I'll just go back to
y'all's room.
Well, In what direction did I run into him? Would the
were
restrooms be
coming
behind
up.
me or in
No,
front of me?
in front of you.
Okay, then I'll just wander into the restroom like I knew, like
Okay.
I was listening to him.
Okay.
Just to, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if I have to go
you
or not.
waltz right in.
I assume I'd have to go. I haven't gone to the restroom once since we've started playing this game. So
It's been months.
It's been a
been months,
while.
yeah.
It's been a while.
I'm going to relieve my water.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be like that.
No.
Gotta make water.
You'll be like that dude that had to have the poop cut out of him because he was so impacted.
what?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. It was a thing. It happened. It was really gross.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got backed up from a petrified turd.
Dude hadn't pooped for so long. They had to cut the poop out of him.
Petrified
It
turd.
was a petrified
Yeah.
turd.
Our next band name.
Yeah.
But yeah, for whatever. I mean, we can obviously cut this out, but like, yeah, for whatever reason, like it was petrified. Like his body kept digesting the same fecal matter over and over and over and over and over,
Awesome.
and it calcified and got so hard that it couldn't pass anymore. So it just blocked and blocked and blocked, and they finally had to like remove it surgically. And it was like
So he had like basically a C-section to remove
yeah,
a shit
two,
baby.
two, yeah,
He had a
yeah,
poop
had to
baby.
remove a shit
Yeah.
baby.
Poop baby.
That's awesome.
Poop baby.
God, people are so lucky
Yeah.
sometimes.
Some people have all the luck.
I know.
That reminds me of that one person who had like a sort of germ in their stomach, and they were drunk all the time because it was like creating yeast. Like they were just constantly drunk. They could not stay sober.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
They were a walking keg.
I bet that would suck
That is
Yeah.
so
so cool.
bad.
Man.
So were they constantly hungover too, or
No,
would
they were
it
just
never
drunk.
hit that point?
No, dude.
Wow.
They were just
if
constantly-
you're
they could
always
never-
drunk, you can't get hungover.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
It's
Wow.
so cool.
So,
Lucky.
no. Jack, are you heading back to us?
Yeah, I went into the bathroom for a second, like
Okay.
Took a potty break.
Not even. I mean, I just like twiddled my thumbs, whistled a little bit.
Surprised you weren't like, "Where's the little boy's room?
So
Where's the little prince's room?
before
Little princess room."
Yeah.
before Jack gets back to the room, I'm gonna look at Sarah real quick and be like, Sarah, I do have a request for you. I know we don't see eye to eye much, but I think you might enjoy this request if you're open to it.
She gives you a leery eye and says, "Okay, what is it?"
I kind of like fumble on my words a little bit, like trying to find the way to say it. If I ever start acting more out of the ordinary, becoming maybe more ruthless, using more magics, if I start seeming like someone else, I need you to do two things. For one, I need you to kill me. And for two, I need you to find a man named Halsey and find out if he has a woman and child with him, and if he does, I need you to kill him. That's all I ask. And I know that could be hard for you, but just know if you do it, you'll be doing the entire world a favor.
She ponders for a moment as she looks at you. Sheppard, every time you look at me, I see eyes that tell a different story than the mind that holds them. We don't have to go into it now, but we will speak of this more later. But to answer your question, yes. And not to sound malicious, but I've been keeping an eye on you since we left Lay.
In all honesty, that's probably a good idea.
And she just looks at you again, but she purses her lips slightly and then just says, Halsey.
Halsey.
Am I in the room when this is going down? So I'm watching this whole transaction? Okay.
She just nods at you. She holds out, reaching into her vestments and pulls out her holy symbol. By the divine grace of the Nine, I swear it. She tucks it back into her vestments.
Thank you. Sheppard's a little surprised that she actually promised to do it. He was kind of expecting some fight back, so he's a little like you can tell he's a little shaken.
You're shaken with a little bit of relief to your face.
Yeah.
But as you dip your head down to exhale, you then feel her mace at your chest. And you look up and she's pointing her mace directly at your chest and she says, "But do not give me reason to do this."
I'll do my best. And I speak loud enough for her and Avadore to hear. Don't tell the boy what I asked of you, please.
Sheppard, if you wanted someone to kill you, I would have offered.
I'm not saying do it now. That would be crazy.
She hangs her mace back at her side again and says, "The boy won't hear it from me."
I look at Avadore.
Mum's the word.
He needs more hope than I can give him.
And at that, Jek walks back into the room.
I just start chugging my drinking horn.
I'm looking down at my feet, just trying to make sure I'm not dragging anything from that disgusting restroom.
Yeah. And Sarah looks at you, where'd you wander off to?
Just trying to find a privy room, and it's about 3 doors down. I didn't want to say 3 doors down because it's a dumb band. But
If I go crazy...
Oh, it's right next to.
Will you still call me Superman?
Will you still call me Superman?
It's just right next door, so all's well.
There's toilet paper hanging off your shoe.
Nope, no toilet paper.
Not in this world.
Not in this world. Yeah, I know, right?
Don't go to the restroom. We hold it as long as possible.
You possibly can. Oh God, I finally got to go drop this bomb. Ugh. And at that, you have all settled in. And you finally hear the bells begin to chime on the ship. At that, a crew member comes down and says, "All right, boarding plank has been lifted. Anchor is about to be away. We are heading for the horizon." Hey everyone, it's your Dungeon Master Devan here, thanking you for listening to this episode of Party in Peril. You can encounter us on Twitter or Instagram at Party in Peril. And if you liked this episode, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, rating, hacking or slashing, and whatever else you can do out there on social media or wherever you listen to podcasts. But thanks again for listening, and remember, roll high, crit hard. See you next time.
Presented by Nerdsloth.
A place for lazy nerds.
If you like what you heard, consider donating at patreon.com/nerdsloth so we can continue bringing you quality shows. Be sure to also leave us a review and share your favorite episodes and clips on social media. If you're looking for more content, catch us on YouTube and Twitch or visit us at nerdsloth.com.